Hey, church. So this last week we had a special guest speaker, my boy, my best friend, best man at my wedding, Freddie Flanagan. He came and he gave us a great message on Jehovah Jireh, the provision of the Lord. The Lord will provide. And it was a great message. I encourage you to go back to it. He talked about how God is always willing to provide. However, he talked about it in the context of Genesis 22, where Abraham goes to sacrifice his son. And we find out through scripture that request from the Lord was actually a test to test the faithfulness of Abraham. And Freddie talked about how often God is willing to provide for us, but before the provision, there's often a testing. He talked about all of our biblical heroes. We see that God does amazing things in their life. However, it usually is preceded by a time of testing. And I thought it was a great message and a timely message that we all needed to hear. I think a lot of us are in a place where we are looking for provision. We are looking for God to answer some things. And I feel like a lot of us are in a testing moment right now in our lives. And if we're not, we sure enough are going to be in one at some point in our life. And I believe this message was great at not just equipping us, preparing us for a test, but also building faith that on the other side of that test, there is Jehovah Jireh. And Freddie was faithful to let us know that it is God will provide. Not that he has provided, not just that he's providing, but he is forward. He is in the future willing to provide. And so I think he imparted faith to us. And I'm hoping that this bears much fruit in our fellowship. Again, if you haven't seen the message, I would encourage you to go back, watch it. I think it's a life-changing one. So this week we are getting back into our Real Love series. And I don't know where you sit on this topic of love, but I think we need to really think about how we're reviewing it or how we're receiving it, because love is one of the most important, if not the most important thing that we should get as disciples trying to follow Christ. I mean, think about it. Jesus says that one of the ways we'll be able to see the end times, the love of people will grow cold. Jesus says one of the ways that we can find out if we're believers is if we love each other. Jesus tells us, even as a husband, it says that if I'm not understanding, if I don't live with my wife in an understanding way, i.e. loving way, that my prayers would be hindered because of it. I can go all day long. There are if we don't forgive others, how can we expect God to forgive us? There are so many portions of the scripture that essentially make the point, if we don't love others well, it will affect us. If we don't love others well, there will be consequences. And if we don't love others well, we will not image Jesus correctly. So we are back into this sermon series. This week, we're going to continue in Matthew 5, and we're going to be talking about one of the nastiest things about love, one of the hardest things about loving people, and that is the scary topic of commitment. What does it look like to love people through committing to them? And I'm hoping that the Lord is going to give us some good stuff. I know that he is. I'm hoping that I am going to transmit it well to you guys. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to us not just getting back into this message series, but to see how this shapes us as a church, that we will be known for how we love each other and how we love the world outside of us. Fellowship, I will see you on Sunday, 10:30, Black Rock. Please be on time. As a reminder, we do have mask mandates. You guys have been doing great, but if you have a guest, make sure you let them know. That way they can come and they'll be prepared to bring a mask and bring your faith, because I believe that we are not just learning about love, but the Lord is shaping us to be lovers of people, lovers of each other, and to image him well. Love you guys. See you Sunday. Bye.